Hello everybody, I want to make an updated video. So we have a timeline here. Kerr is, as she prophesied that Trump was going to win. Right now things are not looking how she prophesied, but we're on God's timeline, not man's timeline. And so this is my personal opinion about the time. So I made a video, what happens March 4th and March 13th. I realized I think I made a little bit mistake, a small mistake. So the election was on November 3rd. If you've seen this video, this is a really good video. Election was November 3rd. If you add 120 days, it's actually March 3rd and not March 4th. And if you add 40 days to that, it's actually March 12th and not March 13th. So so this is still accurate, just off by one day. So what happens was my theory is, so God made Noah wait 120 years. He told him the flood's coming. And 120 years later, the flood finally came. Once the flood came, there were 40 days and 40 nights of flood, of rain. Not sure what happened, of judgment, of justice. 140 days. 40 days and 40 nights. Then, after the flood was over, there was a period of time that it's not really recorded in the Bible where Noah was in the ark with all the animals and he waited for the water to be dried up on the earth, to be swallowed up by the earth. And I don't know how many days that took, a week, whatever. So this is the time that's gonna happen after the April 12th. So we're just waiting for the dust to settle. So I'm thinking, so right now we're getting ready. In about 3 days, the flood is gonna start. March 3rd. The flood is starting, and for 40 days we're gonna go through the season as a nation, not sure what's gonna happen. Then after that season ends, we're gonna wait for the flood and the dust to settle, when Noah can walk into the land, walk on the land again. And then of course there's gonna be a rainbow, there's gonna be a promise that God made, that this is never going to happen again. So I think, one thing that we learn from history is we never learn from history. History repeats itself. And I believe that this time of Noah is going to get repeated in a small scale, in a let's see, 120 days plus 40, that's 160 days plus the time of waiting. So this whole period of maybe 200 days, or I don't know how many days it's going to take, 180 days, let's say, this little period is going to be repeated of what Noah went through, and took him, years to accomplish. But that's one thing. History does repeat itself, and the times of Noah, I think we're somewhere in there. Just my personal opinion. I did not hear from the Lord, but I was in worship on Sunday morning service, and I was praying for the nation, and the Lord reminded me of the time calendar of Noah, where he waited 120 years for the ark. Then for the rain. The rain came 40 days and 40 nights. It was just probably exceeded what he imagined it to be. God said, I am sending the flood, build an ark. And he starts to build an ark. Nothing, no rain, just drought for like a long time. And I think we're kind of in a drought too. While we're waiting since November 3rd, we've been waiting and nothing has been happening. There's some good news here and there happening, but there's no any kind of movement or anything. Because we're building the ark. Lord is building a case. Right now, Trump is building a case. And once that case is built, 40 days, 40 nights of justice, and then after that, there's going to be a little waiting period for the dust to settle from the landslide, or the water to be evaporated, absorbed by the earth, when you can come out of the ark and be on dry land. So that's my take on what's going on right now. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. I trust God. My trust is in Him, that no matter what I see, no matter what I hear. And I realize that I am throwing some dates out there, and God operates on God's timeline, not man's timeline. And don't go by these dates. God has a plan. And just my personal opinion. It really is my personal opinion. I'm thinking we're just going through times of Noah, and that's what I felt like whenever I was in worship, and the Lord really strongly reminded me, and I really felt His presence. I couldn't even like speak; it was so strong. But this is awesome. Continue to pray for our nation. Oh, pop quiz, boom! If you're a true fan of Kat Kerr, what is the name of the staff that she has? One of the staffs. I think she has a couple staffs. Just name the name of one of the staffs. And I will say the name of the staff in 3, 2, 1. The name of the staff is Justice. I think you might have known that. I think she has another staff. I don't know. I don't know what she calls it, but she does have a staff, and its name is Justice. That's a good name for a staff. I think we all should have a staff, and we should name it a similar name, especially for this season that we're going through. And like I said earlier, my personal opinion too. If Trump is going to go back into the office, he can't just abruptly come in there, because there's going to be chaos. Everybody's going to just go crazy. I think during this flood, during the time of judgment, people are going to regret their decisions for voting for Biden. They're going to have buyer's remorse. They're not going to want him anymore. They're going to want Trump back. And whenever this flood is over, during the flood, they're going to be like, oh, what do we have done? And they're going to have lots of regrets. And then once the flood is over, they're going to welcome Trump back into this as a leader of this nation with open arms. He's going to be welcomed in. He's going to be loved by more people than he has ever been loved before. I think this is going to be a powerful time. And then the remainder of his office is going to be awesome. So look forward to that. I know Biden is trying to do a, stimulus thing where $1,400 per person, try to raise the minimum wage. He's pushing that because he needs people to love him, and so I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm hoping that doesn't go through until Trump comes back in, so Trump gets the credit for it. But we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of waiting around as of now. They have not passed that. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, subscribe. I really need you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe, and you don't even have to ever watch any of my videos again. Just please subscribe as a token of appreciation of watching this channel. Thank you so much, all. Bye.